Hello, Husker fans. I'm Jimmy Watkins from the Omaha World-Herald. He's Tom Shatel, the World-Herald columnist. This is Shatel's Press Pass, coming to you live from the concourse at Memorial Stadium, practice number 14 of Nebraska spring football. The big one is number 15. It is coming Saturday. It's the spring game. Tom, what, if anything, are we going to learn?
Talking about practice, right? Allen Iverson. Yeah, it's practice, but it's a game. It's somewhere in between. I think the main thing for Saturday is obviously not who wins or loses, because the offense is going to be they're not splitting up the teams. It's offense always and defense going back and forth, and so offense is going to win. The question is, how does Trey Palmer look? How does Casey Thompson throw the ball? How do the running backs look? Offensive line, is there a push? And again, if all those things look great, the defense has got problems. So you really can't win. Don't try to translate too much into next season. But I you can look at the individual skill guys and say, okay, this is better. I mean, this is the first time we've seen a quarterback not named Adrian Martinez in 4 years. So people are going to get excited about that. So I'm excited about seeing somebody different, to be honest. So it's an intriguing spring game, and yet after we get done with it, we're going to go, what does it all mean?
Yeah, it's about seeing how shiny those shiny pieces are. Can we get a sparkle from Trey Palmer? Can we see precision from Casey Thompson, which is what the quarterback position has lacked here for the last few years? A couple notes from today's practice. Mickey Joseph saying that Nebraska is still visiting with wide receiver Xavier Betts. He's still not with the team. That's ultimately going to be Scott Frost's decision on whether or not to bring Betts back. Tom, what is your outlook on the Xavier Betts situation?
I think the door is cracked. It's open. It's not closed. It's not wide open. My take on that is basically he's got work to do to show he wants to be here, and do what the iron fist in the receivers room says. But you know what? There's a lot of love in that Mickey Joseph room as well. I think he would love to have him back. Obviously, he's a big talent, but the thing in this program now is you got to want to be here. You got to want to play football. They want gym rats at heart. They want guys who are going to be all football all the time, and that's how you get better. When you get those kind of people, and you've seen it on the basketball court, when you get guys who really love the game together, they're always pushing each other. That's how you get better as a team. So that's the kind of environment. We're not saying anything about Xavier, but that is sort of my take on it, is that the door is open to come back. They want to, I think, see him. I mean, if he comes back, I think it's because he really wants to come back. So Xavier might call me this afternoon, tell me I'm way off on that. That is just my take.
Yeah, to your point, I was talking to Mickey off to the side today, and he was talking about the wide receiver room that Trey Palmer began his career in, that featured Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Maybe you've heard of those guys. Even Terrace Marshall is in the NFL with the Panthers right now. And he said it was basically NFL camp every day, and that's what he's trying to build here. He wants those guys to feed off of each other. He wants it to be a self-sustaining presence. One more real quick thing on Mickey. He said this is going to be his first time stepping inside Memorial Stadium with fans since he played here as a senior. What kind of emotions are going into that? Oh,
I think it'll be great for him. He played a few games. That 91 season was my first year here. He actually started the season. He was coming off a really sort of ugly injury the year before in Oklahoma and ran into the bench. He lost a lot of confidence in himself. He wasn't really sure about the leg, if it was going to be okay or not. So he didn't play up to his ability, and he got replaced at halftime. But not only did he get replaced halftime by the opener, he was booed He was not very good in that first half, and so that's kind of the memory of he's had was sort of one of his last memories was he coming off the field at halftime and hearing those boos. So, but as fate and life works out, he came back the hero as a coach, and people loved when he was hired. And he I mean, if they could have thrown a giant party, they would have. So I think it's kind of funny how life works. Right now, he's a hero, and I think he's a big player in this whole program right now. And I know there's a lot of people who want the staff to stay together. That means they got to win next year, but get a second year of the staff. I think that's how good the spring has been in terms of the chemistry. So, and I think he mentioned there's a lot of work to do this summer. What we see Saturday is the beginning of really next season. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting for him to come back in here. He didn't play in the last game, Oklahoma game, he said. But he did play some of those home games, but I don't think his memories of the last season are very good. But he still loves the place. He came back here because of that love and those feelings. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. And I didn't get to ask him if he'll be on the sideline or up in the booth, but I'm sure we'll figure all that out Saturday.
Yeah, it'll be a warm reception, I think, on Saturday. It's the spring game. Hope springs eternal every time this time of year. We'll be here. I'm Jimmy Watkins, Tom Shatel, Omaha World-Herald. Thanks, guys.
See you.